following is a presentation of Aria Uno, Division 1.
We keep the Albatross August going here for MRA Uno into the T-Box 32. 32 players left in this bracket, and season is winding down as we keep the matches going here. In a big match here tonight between two players looking at another win for their season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the matchup here for tonight. In the putting green region, it's going to be number 6 seed Andy versus number 14 seed Aria Carmona. Andy coming into this matchup looking to try and make a little bit of a playoff push. Aria, a bit more of a wild card here. Bit one of the lower win players on the season, but just came off a massive victory in the prior round in Game 7 against Julio Caesar, and maybe looking to ride some momentum here and maybe make a late season push here. We'll see. We've seen Aria do very well in these tournaments in the past. We'll see if we can maybe find that revitalized again here, but we'll kind of get things rolling here for this matchup with the preview. And for Andy, this is going to be a very important match when it comes to the playoff picture because Andy coming off the opening round victory in the Swing 64, ranked 23 currently going into this tournament, so is going to want to pick up these wins where they can find them. And this one, maybe while not good on the quad resume, this is going to be a good one to pick up for the number next to the W column, looking for the 8th of the season. And with some of these contenders falling out in this round here, could be a big chance to try and jump them and try to find their way into the field. But we'll see if Andy is going to be able to do that, or if Aria Carmona will be able to put a stop to Andy's plans. Aria not ranked 1 and 4 on the season, just has not been going the way Aria's been needing to. Had a few DQs in the middle as well, unfortunately, but longtime veteran of the league, has played since the very first tournament back in 2023. This, unfortunately, has just not been her season. But she salvaged it a little bit in the last round. Big win over Julio Caesar to get at least one win on the board here. Is not going to exit the season winless, so that's big, that's important, and could be something that helps differentiate Aria a little bit because not going to have the pressure of having a winless season anymore because she has at least that one win here, and could be looking to spoil the party for a lot of potential contenders in this bracket. I mean, I look at her bracket and there are a lot of people still in on her side that really could be a bit concerned about facing her in the next round with how many contenders there are, because yeah, myself coming up in the Scramble 16 winner of this place, myself in the round 16, I'll mention that also. Taco, who's another player who's really trying to keep their head alive in the playoff picture. Acosta, someone who's also trying to stay afloat, and then Geo as well. So a lot of people in this region who Aria could definitely put a little bit pressure on, who are fighting for a lot more right now. Aria's still looking to just trying to add the wins here, and you know, if the wins keep stacking up, she could find herself in the Final Four, and suddenly it could be a run to try to get the tournament win to maybe do a little bid steal here in this final tournament of the regular season. We shall see, but again, this is going to be how it goes. 21 wins for Andy all time, 16 for Aria. CPU prediction has Andy winning at 4-2. We'll see how it plays out on the table, but going to jump into the table. I am joined by my co-commentator here for tonight, Cassim Acosta, joining me in the booth. Costa, welcome in. big match for Andy here. One of these playoff one of these bubble players on the bubble for the playoffs. Aria, a longtime league veteran, and looking to spoil the party here for Andy. Your thoughts on this matchup tonight? Here is this very interesting dynamic here with Andy looking to try to add Andy and Aria both trying to add the wins, but Andy fighting more to try and get enough to make it into Super League for the second season in a row.
Yeah, great to be back again to commentate another game with you, G-Man. But as we got here today, it definitely seems like Andy has a lot to play with tonight compared to Ariana, who's downtrend, not having the great season compared to Andy. But coming in today, it should be a good one for both players because winning solves everything in this league. You don't know what can happen. Earlier today, we had saw a good one with Clay and I believe Mac playing their match in. Clay ended up winning that one. So who knows what we could see today? But I definitely feel like today will be a good one here in this match between Andy and Ariana.
Yep. Again, hopefully will be a good match here. Again, both looking to add to the wins, and are looking to use some of that all-time league experience here to her aid. Andy looking to use the recent success, even looking to last season where they had a deep run in Super League. All right, I got Aria's question pre-typed here. I'm gonna send it out for her now. Gonna go to Andy here, who is in the VC. Andy, you came off the win in the last round, getting the W. Or the DQW over White Spider, so obviously not the way you wanted to see that go, but go up against Aria now, looking to try to get the win to make it 8 on the season. Aria has proven in the past to be a tough challenge and is coming off her first win of the season, so maybe we're on a little bit momentum. What's this match mean for you in terms of the season picture and how you're approaching it tonight? All right, we'll see what Andy says. We'll see what Arya says. While Andy's typing, I'll read off Arya's question as well. Arya picked up a big win in the prior round that helped you salvage a bit of what ultimately has been a bit of an unfortunate season. However, some may argue with that when you really entered both this match and the rest of the remaining tournament with little to no pressure. Do you feel the same way? And if so, how do you believe it could or could not impact the match on the table tonight? All right, so we'll see what both say here and kind of get this one rolling. Daniel Boyle is going to be our ref for this one, so should have a good one with a very trustworthy and very experienced referee from this season. So yeah, we'll see what both players say here and then get things rolling. Costa, while both are typing, any additional notes you have on this matchup?
I believe more so is wondering how would Andy play in his first game before the entire series develops, as he said his own comment now. That's what I'll quote out. Said, "Yeah, I mean, two back-to-back DQs, one loss, one win on my resume is not exactly something I want heading into the Super League on the bubble. I really want to stack up my wins and try to get a deep run like 2015 late to secure a spot in the Super League." But really, that's the mindset for Andy. That's what he has to do today is to want to win. Well, obviously, you got to win the game first, but got to see
Mhm.
how he wants to go carry himself into these games against Ariana.
Yeah, and we got a response here from Arya as well. I think we need to focus on what's ahead of us, which is this match, and not to really care too much about anything outside of that. Your objective is to win. That's what we're here to do and here to achieve tonight. So Arya going in with a one game at a time mentality here, and just looking to add another W to the win sheet here for the season. But we'll get things rolling here. Andy has the call for game one, looking to start off with a strong start here. We'll see where they roll off here and get this rolling. Straight down the middle with 10.
That's a good start for Andy. We're going to start it off with a blue four to start off the match.
I mean, this is why I checked the scoreboard because it wasn't loading at first, but I'm going to fix that. There we go. All right, underway here with game one. Andy opens up the blue three. Yep, would be my card. Unfortunately, cat box issues are not helping things, but hopefully we can have them fixed before the end of the season. Double play here from Aria early on. Ooh, and Andy draws pretty early.
He's out of blue already.
Aria gonna do a little bail there. Gonna switch the green, but Aria with the lead. Yeah, and you're gonna be able to play that green now, but Aria holding on to an advantage at the moment here. We'll see what she does with it.
Yeah, it's a decent gap for now in our first game. Just gotta wonder if Arya here wants to play a double play here, as she did earlier. Oh, looks like it's gonna be that is. Oh, rather a triple play, it seems like. The green reverse in, the skip, and what's gonna be her final card? She draws. She's gonna leave it open for Andy to get out of the color, but he sticks to green for the green 4. And Arya draws.
Ran out of green here, and now Andy's out as well, so it's looking like draw city here on the green 4 early on in this game.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like Arya has not been dealt a good hand. If she was forced to get onto green immediately, so she could force to draw out the draw city from Andy. And continue going to draw city, and but Arya gets a green 3 from the deck.
Alright, does the 3 help free things up, or are we still going to keep going on draw city? Yes, it will. It goes in the yellow.
Arya has to get another green here. Managed to find her number, but Andy's gonna go with her.
Okay, so it's interesting because we were on the 4 before there. I'm wondering if Andy just drew that.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that. Ooh, it's gonna be a double play here. Yeah, yes it is. And play on a 0. Ooh.
Wild blue here. Does Arya play it, or is Arya going to have to draw? Arya can play. Goes with the blue 6.
She has numbers. Definitely, she should have some numbers from that draws that she had earlier.
It's going to be
Andy
a plus.
has a double play.
It's going to be a +2 here from Andy, which I think was leading their decision to go with the wild. Yeah, I mean, wise call there. Arya was down to 3, now up to 5.
Gotta wonder though, what did he give her though?
And we shall see.
Ooh, nothing in blue though.
Yeah, only hit
Let's
that
see if
one
Andy
blue,
can...
it looks like.
Another switch. Gonna go
5.
back into the yellow.
Image is loading a little slow here. Hopefully that's not going to be something we see prolonged in the series.
That's interesting. That Andy used a wild to get that +2 played and then get out of it.
Alright, well, red 2, red 5. We're on red now.
That'll open up Pandora's box for this first scene.
We'll just kind of running the numbers right now. Seen some ammo so far, but no one's been able to find that lineup right to the end. Are you gonna try to get close? Both are at 4 now. Andy with the second wild of the game.
That's
Andy
pretty
could be
funny
close.
To see him use a blue wild to get out of blue. But oh wow.
+4, +2. Does Arya find the finish here on the 4-card run?
Is this a wild into a number finish here?
Arya with the +2. Andy tries to call out, doesn't get it, and Arya is going to take the opening game with a 4-card finish in the first +4 of the series here. So finds it there, and Andy had 3 +4s. After the plus cards. Never mind. Okay, that's not as crazy then. I mean, well, it's still crazy, but I thought Andy had that as an option to play, but no, it does not look like Andy did. So, yeah, but that's pretty crazy. Arya did not have the finish there. Andy was set up pretty well there, but Aria did in fact have that finish and is able to close that one out. So it's the opener there. We'll take a question for Aria. Costa, what you see in that one?
Yeah. It just seems like it for me. It looked like Andy burned up his wild play a bit early than expected. Because when they went to that draw city earlier in the match, it definitely seemed like it gave Ariane the cards there to see. That gave her that +2 and a wild 4, unless she had the green 2 originally. But great play by Aria to snag this first game.
All right. There we go. Aria opened up series to the win. Was a bit back and forth there, but the +4 comes in lead to the 4-card finish. Were you able to hang on to that, or did Draw City help you find the ammo for the ending? So we'll see what Aria says. But yeah, it was all green to the end for her. That wild yellow ultimately did not do much for Andy there. And also Andy, I'm assuming with the hand, the fours were any of the +4s from prior to the multiple cards handed out, or were they all from the what would be a +10, I believe. All three +4s were nominated. Okay, so then it came from the +10. So those were unusable +4s. All right, that's still pretty crazy that if the game didn't end, Andy would have had the remaining 3.
Yeah, definitely seems like he would have to burn one of them right then and there if she couldn't finish to get onto the blue there on his last set of hands.
Good ending, and given what a competitor had, it was pretty optimal to finish at the time we did. All right, yeah, and I mean Aria definitely needed that finish there, because if Aria did not finish there, she would have been in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game two, Andy has to call here, looking to tie it up 1-1.
Gonna keep it on to 10 cards for the second game.
Not mad about the blue line
Hopefully,
switch, but I do think it backfired in the end. Yeah.
yeah, but that's all foresight, you could say. But we move on to the second game. That's been starting to yellow. And he has a color in yellow. As he plays the yellow 3 for it. Let's see what Aria has. Yellow 0. And again, Andy has to draw on his second card that he has to do.
Yeah, only had that one yellow, and this is after staying on 10 once again. So we'll see if Aria's able to win 2 in a row on 10, and maybe that could influence where she goes for game 3.
Got some switching going on. Andy managed to get onto green, but Aria switches back onto the blue. Going to stay onto the blue though.
Yeah, Aria's looking for the color control here, and is gonna get it for now with the blue.
Gonna play another 0 though.
Andy says not so fast, +2.
Aria just stays cool. Just plays a blue 1, but Andy again attempts to go onto the green. Does Ariana have something else to get out of the green here?
Or does she run the green as well? We'll see. Taking a second to type, maybe looking for a run. No, just looking for the green 4.
Just gonna keep it onto the green here. Let's see what Andy has. He plays a 9 though. Oh. We got a green skip for Aria.
And that's
And
it.
she draws on it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. She did that in the last game here, and again, is not going to get that switch I think she was looking for.
But again, Andy, he keeps it on the number though. Right on the color. Another skip.
Another green skip. I don't know if this is
I
going to
think
go
it has
anywhere
to be
though.
another draw.
Yeah, gonna
Yeah.
try it again.
But I don't think Andy's gonna take the bite though to switch out of it. Oh, he will
Oh,
though.
he did. No, the
He
second
did.
one actually cost her the game.
It gives Andy the win to tie up the series as Ariana immediately There's 5 cards for this third game. But wow.
Tried the
Third time
skip.
she did it.
Yeah.
Third time she did it this series, and it backfired on her.
Yeah, I mean, the skip at the start. I mean, definitely puts Andy in a bit of an awkward position there. Stays with green, but then Arya plays the second skip, which I was assuming was a top deck, and that's gonna be the one that costs her as Andy gets that 3-card run to the end on the red. So Andy able to get that one done there. And was that a plan A? I believe it might have been a plan A. So, no, Andy had one draw in that game. At the start. I mean, the only question I really have is what that draw ended up being, but. Otherwise, don't got much. Wasn't happy with my hand, but we made do. Alright. Andy, do you remember what the one draw was? Otherwise, don't really got much here. Acosta, you got anything?
Not too much. I would see. Nah, not much for me right now. Just a green card.
Okay.
Probably was that green 6 earlier before the play.
Would not be surprised if that was the case here, but we'll go to game 3 here. Aria has decided to go for the no send here. We'll get it started up. Costa, your thoughts, Aria? We ran 2 games mid-tier, split that one, and now Aria just want to go all the way to the bottom here.
It's interesting because this third game will either end in under 2 minutes or will go on for 6 minutes. But immediately Ariana has to draw on a +2 blue. Gotta wonder. And he plays it cool though and plays a blue 4. Going to go up the numbers here and into blue. As Andy is down to 3 cards. Ariana goes on to the red. Andy plays it cool though. It's down to 2.
Run this one quick. Are you gonna power play? Is this gonna be a finish? Red 2? No, it's gonna be for a switch. That is gonna throw an extra card for Andy here. Let's see how this indirect power play goes. Does flip the lead.
Andy has to do something though. There it
Ooh,
is.
+4 in the red 8. May have that power play may have saved Arya the game there, but we'll see what Arya does. As
Andy is down to 1 card though.
yeah, I
There it
didn't want to
is.
necessarily, I didn't want to explicitly say it, but didn't call Uno.
Unfortunate. You have to call Uno if you're down to 1 card.
I don't know. That may have been intentional based off how long that took, but I'm wondering if maybe second gonna be regarding that one with the switch to yellow. Maybe needed the yellow to finish, but we're running yellow for now. Draw from Andy.
Draws from yellow. And another draw, so in only 15 seconds, Andy has proven to be stronger soul than Austin Rogers.
I mean, I don't think there wasn't a typo on that one there, but yeah,
that could be intentional.
Yeah, that's it's good that Andy decided to not rage quit, so we appreciate that.
Yep. Andy manages switches off to yellow though and gets onto the red.
Yeah, both
no
F5
yellow,
make
or
that
rather
6
no
for
red.
Arya.
Switch. Gonna go into the green. Andy's gonna continue it though. Goes on to the 6 as Ariana cuts it in half. But Andy's gonna go on to the blue. Ariana earlier switched out of blue to get onto the red. Let's see what she has here. She does double play here for skipping onto a blue 4. Oh,
Ooh, and Andy
double
gets it with
play.
a double play on blue.
A double play to finish it, and he takes the series lead.
2-1 Andy, and gets it in 320. Yeah, Aria used the power play in that game and ultimately comes out empty-handed. So Andy able to run it with mostly numbers there and had that little double to the end there. No call was intentional, but my hand afterward was bad. Yeah, okay. Blue 3, yellow 3, blue 5, green 6. Was hoping for a little bit more ammo and just did not get anything there. But yeah, Andy, do you have the +4 before that power play there? Because it looked like you were maybe looking for a 1-2 finish there in the power play through the extra card.
Yep. He had a +4 and a yellow 3. Definitely would have called for Ariana to call it. But unfortunately, she couldn't get the win to get this third game. But again, he's going to go back to 5, just like Andy did earlier. Went back to 10.
Yeah, so I mean, Ultimate Ferrari, I think it was the right call, but it just didn't pan out. But it's also, I mean, the right call to prevent the finish. I mean, Aria didn't get the win, though. So I don't know. I mean, used it. It came up empty-handed to him. We still got some more games to play, so it's 2-1. Andy still has the power play advantage. Aria is going to go back to 5 here, so looking to mimic what we saw earlier. And with that, we'll just kind of get things rolling.
See, going back to 5 as we're going to start
Yeah,
on a
we get a
wild.
Get a while. Did we get the culture?
I I don't think so, but I believe Ariana should have a double play here. That's what I feel like.
And
Yup,
no
she's
culture.
gonna she has a double
She
play though.
she did not play in UUL, so yeah.
She's down to 3 cards though after her first hand.
So it's gonna get to a good start.
He's gonna keep it simple with a red 0 though. Ooh. Draw out of Ariana. And he's gonna take the lead for now as he plays a red 5. And again, Ariana has to draw, but Andy draws as well. Looks like we're gonna go into Draw City once again. Or rather, the first time for this 4th game. Yep. So it's gonna be Draw City from here on out. As both players were down to 3 or 4 cards, I'm gonna go back up the ladder. Ariana's gonna find a number and get out of the red and onto the yellow now. And he's gonna go 1 under the 5 and go on to 4. Yellow 9 for Aria now. A switch of Andy for his own, gonna go onto the blue now. And Ariana is forced to draw. There's nothing in blue. This is a finish here for Andy because he's starting to type a little bit. He plays the +2s in blue and yellow. Is this a finish here? A wild +4, and it's a finish with a blue 2 to take a 3-1 series lead over Ariana.
Yep, and so another one on blue, another finish on blue there, and it ends up being a 4-card run. And Andy went away from the win. It really seems like Andy's just kind of been riding the momentum here. We've been seeing some pretty quick games, and despite this good start from Aria, unfortunately, it's just kind of falling out of her way here in the I mean, I would say the mid portion of this, but Andy won away. Had a little bit of a draw stint there in red there, but ultimately able to get the win. And it's a another +4 there you find to get the job done. But just kind of your thoughts here on this, how this has been going, and only having two cards restriction here for game 5, so still a lot of open room to pick a start. type of question for Aria here.
And he's thinking it out.
A mí se me quedó mal de la API y de la
Alright, Andy is still thinking. I'll regard his question in the meantime. Aria, no sending quite go the way you were idealizing 3-1. Look to try to make a comeback. What's the mindset going into game 5? You look to get one back, try to reverse momentum onto your side. Alright, Andy's gonna go with 11 cards here for game 5. Let's wait for Aria to finish it. Yeah, okay. Alright, same as previous 4 games to win. In this case, get the match back in our favor. Alright, keep it short and simple, and again, keep that one game at a time mentality. So, Andy gonna go with 11 here for game 5. Looking to close it out here. Or are you looking to try and make it 3-2? We'll see how this goes. Game 5 is about to begin. Red +2 to open up.
Definitely seems like all the momentum is on Andy now. For sure. Gotta wonder what Ariana has to do.
Alright, Andy gonna close the door right away. Alright, Andy does not have any more red. It does not have any red here, and is still drawing. Aria looking to keep it going, but no, switch to the blue. Gonna take the lead.
Yep, it's gonna help Andy though, as he didn't have anything in red. As it seems, rather.
And there is a weakness there. We'll see if Aria goes back, but yeah, again, Aria, if she can get this win, that's gonna be big. We did see a 3-1 comeback earlier in the day, so not impossible. Aria can definitely bring this one back, but gonna need to try and get some good things going here to get that kick started.
But again, Andy once again switching out of the blue and onto the green again in the series. And Ariana is just forced to play with it though.
+2.
She's gonna give him some cards though.
Oh,
Gonna go back to blue.
It's gonna be a +6 here. I mean, the last time we saw a +6, Andy got I mean, there's a +4 on top of it as well, but Andy got 3 +4s. So Aria is hoping that does not happen here.
Yep. Because now Andy is behind 12 cards. Gotta wonder what's the play here for Andy. Because he does have a power play, but oh, there we go. He's gonna stop that and play a +4.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense there. I mean, Ari's down to 3. Andy doesn't want to take any chances there, so gonna throw some extra cards to scramble a little bit and try and buy some more time here as he looks through his hand to try to figure out what to do next.
Gonna switch out the yellow and going on to the green. I'm gonna wonder how Andy can catch up. There's a start. A triple play to get out of the green and go back onto the yellow. Let's see what's the play here for Ariana. Or Aria, rather. Just gonna play a yellow 7. It's a simple yellow 8 for Andy now. Gonna have to keep the numbers here. See if you can force a draw Aria. Oh,
Got a little
double
reverse
reverse.
chain going.
This could be a finish here for Aria. She's down to 2.
Ooh, gets the
Green
Uno.
wild.
That's gonna give.
Ooh.
It's gonna give the opening for Andy to respond with 8 cards. Does Andy have something to block this? Yes,
A
Andy
blue
does. Leaves the skip open though. Goes to blue though.
That's interesting. Yup.
That could
Definitely
have
feel
been
like
the
if Allen was, because I definitely feel like if Andreas Allen would be playing, he would definitely have a skip to finish the game right there. But it forces the draw at Aria. We're gonna go into draw city.
I mean, that could have been Andy's only option there, so maybe that's ultimately because like if you keep that green, the game's over. So maybe the only option to keep it going. And you know, with how this is going right now, I think Andy's okay with that. With how many draws we're seeing, been a bit of a draw city. Aria is gonna break it up a little bit with the blue 6, looking to try and get a quick switch here back into that green. Doesn't get it there.
Ya tú sabes que descanse, que pase buena noche. Bueno, con la gracia de Dios. Lo importante es que estamos vivos.
Alright. Seems like they put out numbers from the top decks, but Andy couldn't find anything, and neither does her.
Yeah, Aria's
So we're gonna
Aria's
continue going to
finding
draw city.
Aria's been finding these blue top decks here, which is, I think, good for her because she's able to stay low on the cards. Because I mean, you see it there. Andy keeps on drawing back, just cannot find anything. But Aria, with those occasional top deck blues, is able to stay low because Aria is at only 5 cards now. Andy gets the break onto red here, but Aria is still decently close as she goes down to 4 there. Andy still
That
with
will
some
help
work to do.
That warning for Andy, do you just wonder if you want to give this game away to Aria here? Since you have the power play and you wonder if you want to save it for the next game. A blue 2 for Aria to go onto the blue. And Andy draws. And neither does her.
Alright, drums keep on going.
I said earlier, she didn't find those blue numbers. And there it is. There's one of them. Andy is nearly back to 15 cards once again. Another blue card for Aria. A green 5. She gets out of the blue.
Alright, crossover in the yellow though from Andy.
Is this a chance for Skittles? No, but he plays a yellow skip. This is another card here.
It's the Uno. Andy with 15
Now,
cards goes with the wild blue.
Andy immediately uses his wild to force Aria to check.
Yeah, that's gonna be an ice out there, and I mean that's kind of I mean that's the blue is the safe call there. So yeah, I mean Andy is still really far behind here, so
Yeah,
even
it's just
even with 16 cards, no blue.
Yep, he just can't find them because Aria has been getting them.
Blue 7, does Aria get the switch here? Gets the switch
Oh.
into green for Uno.
Does Andy have another wild he has to play? He goes on to the red, though.
Crossover in the red. That one's a little risky, but it does work out here, and I
Again.
think Andy can actually work off this now.
You gotta be careful with the numbers, though.
6 ends up
That's
being
not-
a safe spot.
Not a number that she wants. She once again has to draw to see if she could get the red cards now.
Oh, this is going to be the longest game of the series so far. We just passed 8 minutes here. Everything else has been has been
Oh.
6 minutes or less. 3-card run going back into the blue.
Gonna force another ISO play as he tries to chip that gap onto Aria.
I mean, this is good for Andy because I mean Andy has 2 colors that they know are pretty safe, and make that 3 because there's no green left for Aria. That's a big expose right there.
Oh, she finds the number though and gets onto the yellow.
Andy gonna roll with
Possibly
yellow for
was
now.
her final card that she had her Uno call earlier.
Aria with the yellow skip here. And the yellow 9 double play there.
Gets her at 2.
Is she looking for the lineup, or is this gonna be the run out on yellow?
And he's back at 8 cards here.
Yes, switch the
Oh.
red on the number for Uno.
Does Andy have something here? He should, I believe. He should have a +2 to throw at her.
Well, he's at 8 cards here, and he does have the +2, just like
Yup.
you said. He has it. Slowly
does
chipping at that gap.
He's halfway there to get to Aria.
Aria with another switch here in the blue now. They struggle some color for a while, and we go back into yellow, which Aria was playing on before, but ended up having that switch there. Can Aria get the Uno here? Aria gets... We get a rainbow here on the 3s, and we get the Uno.
Got Skittles.
And
he's
Andy cannot power play.
He cannot. Unfortunate.
That Andy may be very close to a finish, though, so Aria is going to want to try to get this win now.
I wonder what's the play here now for Andy, since he can't use the power play. But he's back 5 cards.
What will Andy have here?
But I definitely feel like he's gonna give her cards. You just gotta wonder on what is that return going to be like for her.
We'll see, because if this is like a skip reverse chain, then Aria has a shot to close this one out here, but... And also, if there is +2s there and it is Aria's turn, does Aria get any ammo to potentially disrupt Andy? Green reverse, blue reverse, there is a +2 there.
And he's forced to draw.
Leaves the +2 open, goes back in the blue, both at 3 cards.
A blue 8 for Aria. Is this a finish though for Andy? No, he has to draw.
Can Aria find Uno here again, or is it Aria gonna draw? Aria draws again. Blue skip, blue 9, double play. Back down to 2.
Is this a run here for Andy to finish onto the blue here?
Gonna need a switch here, because I was drawing on blue. That's the red 9. Is that the switch Andy needs? No! Andy draws on red. Can Aria get the Uno here?
Is this a finish though for Aria? To get something on the board.
Aria finds the +4 and goes into yellow, and Aria is gonna barely hang on and keep this series alive here in Game 5 with a big win on 11.
Oh,
wow,
man.
Had the win there. Tried the power play there, but the Uno call ends up saving Aria. Gotta wonder if Aria actually didn't have green there for the finish, because then maybe Andy would have been able to hold on. But in the end, Andy just a little bit short there. Tried the power play, got blocked from the fact Aria was on Uno, and then ultimately went for the defensive option and just couldn't quite find it. Aria didn't have a green. Yeah, I mean, see that there. So ultimately, a bit of a misstep there from Andy. Was maybe was wishing to stay on green there, and ultimately be able to secure that win, but ultimately gonna have to play another one here and on the no scent as well, which he does have 2 wins on, but Arya is very insistent on trying to get this one done. But
Yep. Very attentive to be on the no send of 5 cards, but not attempting to see if she could go into like the classic amount of cards of 7 to see if that can help her odds. But man, gonna see the third time's the charm, hopefully, for Aria. I thought from card history it was hinting that her final card was green, but oh well. Just gotta wonder. But still, though, Andy is up 3-2, but he still has his power play to play.
gonna just get a quick question there from Arya there because that was a long one.
Yeah, that was the longest one so far, hopefully. 11 minutes and 40 seconds in this game of 7, or rather, series of 7.
All right. Arya able to hold on there through a tense one. You're still in the series. Go 5 game 6 once against any common series. You get one back at the longest game of the series so far. And while Arya's typing there, I mean, Costa, your thoughts on Arya going for the no send once again here, despite losing that in games 3 and 4?
Yeah, you just gotta wonder, because she looks like she had a decent hand in her second attempt to go back to 5 games in her third game. But the first game of 5 cards, it didn't seem too well for her. But it's a head scratcher to not try to see if she could go like to 6 cards or even the classic, or even see if you go like just to go up just a little bit into the mid tier. But if this is what she wants, she's gonna see if she can to tie up the series and force the game 7.
All right. Well, Arya saying good strategy and good management got us the win, so we'll look to continue that twice more. All right. So gonna go for the no send for the third time. Will third times be the charm, or will it be 3 strikes or out? Is Leah gonna throw
That's
in the little graphic there? Arya, this is the
that
7th week
is
in a row you've shown us the no send in class. It's an
that
Arya
is
classic here.
perfect.
So we're gonna get things rolling for game 6. Yellow
Because
0
since she
though.
hasn't been winning on, she could just go to it. So, but she has to here though. She starts with a switch onto the blue.
On that 0 nonetheless. And double play here cooking up here, and Arya is already down to 2.
Okay,
Andy with nothing.
nothing for Annie. Nothing too for Aria.
Quick sprint there
She
at the
bit the
start, but no one
bullet.
gets. Yeah. Quick sprint at the
But let's
start
see.
there, but no one able to get the immediate run there.
Yep, just gotta wonder now what they can get out of the top deck now.
Yep.
As Aria, as she's been doing before, managing to find the numbers, and it's a blue 3 out of her, and again has to draw.
Yeah, it is allowing her to
As a-
stay low here. Again, with Andy on with the power play, I mean, you get that one turn earlier finish, and we saw that in the prior game. Was one away from the victory. But gotta see what Andy does. Switch the yellow here, free it up. Arya down
Yep,
to 2.
it's gonna help Aria too. As a yellow 7 for Andy. Is this a check here for Aria?
Let's see if she can find it here. Type in something. Gets the +4,
Oh,
and it's gonna get the quick one here in game 6. The no send works on the 3rd attempt, and we go to game 7 here.
yep. Helps her. Really helps. She managed to find a +4 in her hand out the out of the deck to finish this and force a game 7 between Andy.
Yeah, man, we go game 7 here for I think the second time in a row tonight because Ridley Gold won game 7 also. But Andy potentially facing season on the line here. In a big game for this one, trying to prevent the 3-1 comeback from happening. I don't got a whole lot to say after that game per se because it was only 91 seconds, but yeah, I mean this is gonna be it, Acosta, all on the line here.
Yeah, you just gotta wonder here for the 7th game, what card start does Andy want to go here? Because we know Arya loves, or rather, she went all straight under 5s. But it definitely seems like here, it seems like he's gonna go for a full send. It seems like to finish off this game 7.
That's gonna be really interesting because we have not gone on the high tier this entire series. So this is an interesting call.
Yeah, because you would expect it from Aria since she went 5 cards 3 straight times. Andy didn't have the opportunity. He went to the mid tier.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting multiples of 5 in this series here, but this is gonna be an interesting call here. We'll see how this one plays out for Andy. This has just not really been a series where we've seen this high tier, and this is gonna be the first time we see it in what is gonna be ultimately the most important game of the match.
Yep. It's gonna look to see if Andy can hopefully continue his streak here for its beds to Super League, as Ariana can hopefully play spoiler in that case. As we're gonna get it started, we're gonna go into the red 7 to start it off.
All right, we'll see what both players have in their hands here. 15 cards to sort through here in the final match of this one.
Just like in our last game, he's gonna start it off with a switch onto the green. And Andy's gonna ditto her Aria's green 1. As Aria just plays it cool for green 3. Since he, since it's a high number cap, we're gonna see a bunch of numbers from both players as they're doing into the green. And he's gonna provide the first switch of this game 7, and he's gonna be onto the yellow here with a yellow 4.
Got a
Another
little ditto
ditto.
here. We haven't really seen the dittos here in this series, and we get 2 of them.
Yeah,
So
we got 1 each by both players in this well, a third one. Rather no, rather
no, that's the zeros.
how often you play the zeros. You count. You can kind of throw them in there if you want to. But Andy's not gonna play a zero of his own. Gonna play blue 7 as Aria plays a blue 2.
Yeah, looking to just kind of keep things rolling here. Blue reverse, yellow 8.
That's what Andy did earlier to get out of the color. Triple play with a double reverse. Is he gonna go into the yellow? Oof. The switching in the 7th game, man. Andy's gonna prevent the switch onto the red by going back onto the yellow. Plus, it's been plan A for both players, even though Andy has had a decent advantage in cards right now.
Wild blue.
Or it's gonna burn a wild though.
Andy keeps going though. Andy with the lead down to 4. This has been
Yeah, because
pretty quick here. Both have been running plan A so far, and I just say that
yeah,
Andy has to draw.
yeah, because that's the first time either player has drew in this 7th game. Let's see if Aria can take advantage of this and close the gap.
Blue reverse. Blue +2,
Oh.
looking for the run. Andy not going to take any chances, and is actually going to do it as Arya is trying to send her next message, so a bit of an expose there, but Arya's going to be able to get it off anyways because there's no blue for Andy.
Oh, didn't matter. It was gonna be a +2 into the yellow. And the yellow reverse into a yellow 7.
Does
And
throw
Arya's
one extra
down to
card, so Arya does have an extra card here. We'll see if it matters. Power plays off the board.
Yep,
Andy
it's
with
now
12
classic
cards.
finish here. With power plays out the door.
Yellow 1.
And Arya
And nothing
draws.
from
That was
Arya.
definitely a finish. That was a great call by Andy to throw in a power play defensively. Onto the red. For Arya. Andy's getting his message pre-typed. Ooh. Premature GG for Andy as Arya draws on a red skip. You got to be careful though, because she has did this multiple times, and it burned her a game. Red 2 for Andy now.
Yeah, and this is I mean, Andy feeling a little bit more alive here than they would have thought, because thought it was over with the red skip. Aria was one short. Gets a top deck red though. It's not out of the woods yet. Gotta avoid stepping on the landmine here. We'll avoid it for now.
Aria couldn't find the number as Andy plays a red 6.
This is still dangerous for Andy though, because Aria's in that range where one top deck could just end it.
Oh, but both players draws.
I mean, obviously not ideal for Andy. Would like to try and get down lower, but I mean, if
Yeah,
Andy
but-
just kind of keeps on drawing here, and so does Aria, I don't think Andy will mind too much.
Yeah, you definitely gotta worry about on what Arya has though, because she's able to get these color numbers in her favor. You just want to be a little bit closer, a little bit closer now. You would like.
One thing though for Andy is that Andy's not going to have that power play anymore. Gets a top deck red 3. Does either player play off this?
Red 3 for
plus
Andy.
2. Green plus
Oh.
2. A big top deck for Aria to make it another plus 6. No finish there. Gets the Uno though. Andy with 6 additional cards, up to 12 once again. And yeah, that's a smart move from Andy there. Has the Wild just gonna go with the guaranteed option.
Has to force the ISO here. The great play him to use the Wild now.
And Andy gonna draw here. That's interesting because I think there was a possibility Andy could have maybe drawn some red there, but maybe doesn't want to take the chance. Would like to see Arya keep on drawing.
Yeah, because she's definitely getting. She be getting the cards out of the deck, as you see here, as a red 1 now. And I definitely like that too for Andy. But as you said earlier, Arya's low enough that one top deck can just shift onto her favor.
Ahí se ve la familia y la gente afuera del hospital. Dios te libre y cuide nuestros hijos, nuestra familia.
It's gonna be another draw from both players. Oh, gonna go on to the yellow here.
Un bebé que dejaron.
As Andy playing a card from back 15 cards. Yellow 3 for Aria. That was a ditto, but Andy plays a yellow 7. He runs out of yellow. Let's see if Andy can run with this to close this gap as Aria's down to 3 cards. No, he can't. He has to draw. This is not what he wants. But it does help him as Aria's going to go back to now to 6 cards. Another draw city commences.
Pero cayó como cayó una harinita. Cayó una harina.
Oh,
Ooh, and a 3-card run here from Andy, gonna make it a plus 6.
And he flips. He flips the card count. He's ahead by 2 cards now. We'll make it 1 now. But Andy draws.
Andy draws on red with 12 cards.
This is that's that flips the Andy finds the number though. It gets onto the blue.
I mean, I would have figured it wouldn't have been long there, but that's maybe a slight issue here. But we stay blue for now. 9 minutes passed in this game here. This is another long one.
Yep, another switch again for Andy. He's onto the green as Aria has cards to play. That's another G6 for Andy. Another G9 for Aria too. Doodles of their own cards. Green 2 for Andy now. Oh, we got a double green skip for Aria.
Makes a bit of a mistake there. Tried to play the blue 5. No, okay, gonna be okay, gonna be okay.
It's another triple play for Aria, or rather, a triple play of her own to get onto the blue.
Yeah, I was a little worried for Aria there because I thought she was trying to play a green 5, but able to avoid disaster there. It was a blue skip, not a blue 5 that was meant to be played. So, no harm, no foul there.
It definitely seems like now both players have cards to run here for a little bit. As Aria is hyping a little bit, she has another +2.
Another +2, blue 5, throws Andy back to 10, Aria down to 4. Oh, it takes a second to load. Oh, no, it was the wrong number, blue 9. And now Andy again, just kind of been playing from behind on the card count for what feels like most of this game here. Still in it, but just trying to find a way to get ahead of Aria.
Yeah, because Andy is now behind 6 cards once again. He's always had to be on a deficit on Aria. Aria's just playing great. She's making Andy play defensive. That's what he did with her power play, but he had to, or else this game would have been over already. Play a blue 1 now, though.
Aria typing here.
This
+4 red. Red reverse. No power play from Andy available this time. And Aria gets to Uno. Aria Uno on red 5. Andy with 13 cards. What does he do?
Does Andy have anything here to play? He has to, I believe.
Gonna switch to green. It has the +2.
A quad play. Give her some cards and onto a green 0. Aria draws as we're gonna continue playing in this 7th game.
It's gonna be even better for Andy there with the draw from Aria there. No green, gonna stay on green, and Andy is coming now. Was at 13, now he's at 6. Now they're at 6. Keeps on drawing.
Aria is hoping to find something out of that top deck, but Andy gives her a favor and plays a blue wild.
Andy is moving. The cards are coming out now. Andy is looking to strike, and will Andy be able to strike in time? Aria drawing again. Andy looking to keep it going on blue. Blue 8, down to 3.
Is this a switch here for Aria? No, she draws. Blue skip.
Andy with the blue skip. Is Andy going to be able to make this one back and hang on? Yellow skip gets to Uno, and that is it. Andy with the yellow 6 at the strike of 13 minutes has done it and is going to barely hang on to win this series and move on to the round of 16 and keeps their Super League hopes alive. Wow.
What a play for Andy to come back from 15 cards. Or rather, from 13 cards, rather, to take on Aria and winning this best of 7 series. He gets to hold on to his Super League bid.
And what a game 7 that ended up being there. And for Andy, they are being very thankful right now that their game 5 decision did not come back to ultimately cost them, as they're able to get the win in game 7 in a very close one. Had multiple Unos they had to defend from, and yeah, I mean, as Andy mentioned, they're shaking, and there was about 15 times where that they thought it would end. And I mean, for Andy, I mean, what a win it was there. Able to get it done, and moves on to the round of 16, and that's a big win for Andy in terms of morale, and also, again, as I mentioned before, keeping the playoff hopes alive. And yeah, the ammo was coming in there. Had the ammo, but just needed to find the right moment to use it. And the moment that +4 came in to get the Uno, Andy was thinking it was now or never here, and went to work and was ultimately able to get it done there on the run. And Andy calls game there to move on to face myself in the round of 16. But Andy, your thoughts on this game and this entire series here? I mean, there were multiple moments where it felt like you mentioned it felt like it was over, but was able to find a way to stay in it. Had the blocks when needed to, ice things out when you needed to, able to just hang on there and to move on to the next round and still have a shot at making it back to Super League here. Just kind of your thoughts on how this series broke down for you, and kind of moving as your thoughts here going into the round of 16 against myself. Answering quotes. All right, all good. We'll type out the question for Aria.
Yeah, the you gotta look back into the match where Andy wanted to use his power play before, but it was when Aria was down to one card, so that actually saved him. Rather, gave him the opportunity to use his power play defensively and hold on in the seventh game. It's like what a call for Andy to hold on to use it.
¿Tuviste esto? Esa inundación, eso fue.
All right, we'll see what Aria says here. Aria, unfortunately, way to end the series and season on your end, but it was a spectacular game 7 to go out on, if anything. Got close a few times, ultimately did bait the power play out early on, but ultimately, fortunately, just a little bit short as the road ends here. Your thoughts on the series result and thoughts moving forward into the future. So, again, unfortunately, a bit of a disappointing end for, well, I mean, just still a great game 7 there, but I mean, again, overall, not really what Aria was hoping for the season. Going to end 1-5. So it's just kind of not really what Aria was looking for 2026. We'll have to look towards 2027 moving forward. But again, I mean, if any consolation, really, really brilliant match to go out on to end the season there. But Acosta, just kind of your thoughts. Andy getting the win here. Aria out in 7. And what a conclusion to this series.
Yeah, it definitely seems like earlier on, Andy just found a way to go up big in these earlier in the series, but Arya found a way to claw back with her low card strategy of going down to 5 cards 3 times to give her the chance to get into the seventh game. But she did play great, especially in those long games, especially in game 5 of her going as long as 11 minutes. It's unfortunate that game 7 didn't went her way, but that's just how it goes in Uno. Both players played great. Kind of sucks that Arya road end here, but that's just how it goes. Andy moves on. All you can really say about it. Let's get down to Andy's quote. First half of the series was great. I was getting quick wins and momentum was flowing. After my game 5 mistake, however, all my momentum was stopped and it came down to the game 7. I was not exactly happy with my hand, and there were many times where when I thought it would end, I fought back though and came through. And what I think is my best fought decider I ever had. This is great for my Super League hopes, but I'm still not out of the woods yet. I'm looking forward to meeting G-Man and in the next round, and I wish the best of luck to Arya come 2027. That's all to say. I would ask this rather to you, G-Man, of how do you feel going against Andy now since he has beat Arya in his best of 7?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a good transition here. And I guess looking at this as a player, I mean, Andy is coming off a win where, I mean, they're going to be feeling really good about themselves, a big morale high. But Andy's still going to be fighting for that Super League spot. Very going to be very much pushing, try to make the field. I'm definitely in a more safer spot. Obviously, I kind of go with the motto of there's never guarantees. But another thing I also go by is I don't give any handouts. So, um, definitely gonna be going 100%. I got my own motivations, try to get the victory there. I want to make it back to the regional finals, try to get redemption there after last tournament, and then make it back to the final four and get redemption for tournament two. So, gonna be still pushing here. Andy with a big opportunity though, try to get a huge win to help their case for the final reveal show. That will take place probably in September for the Super League Miami field, but in the end, Andy will be a good match hopefully, and we'll see how it all will shape out here
Yep. As Aria did drop a post game quote as she
on
posted
behalf
this
of Royals.
Yeah, I'll read that off, then I'll pass it over to you. As her quote is, we did what we could. In the end, the result wasn't meant to be, but we gave it a Game 7 series to post a challenge nonetheless. Well, here we really have it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a good way to put it there, because I mean that was a fight for Game 7 there, and I mean Aria came so close to that. That would have been a big win for Aria. That really could have been a momentum. That could have been kept keeping the momentum from that prior win going against Caesar, which that game also went 7. Aria came out the winner in that one. Unfortunately, not going to be quite the same result tonight, as it's going to be Andy moving on to face myself in the round of 16 here. But I think it's going to do it for coverage of this matchup here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Costa, for joining me in the booth as always. I believe this will be my last stream for a while here, unless one of the LCQ finals gets scheduled soon, because I will be out for a week. We'll have KT and Curtis doing coverage for D1 there. But speaking of LCQ, make sure you check out D2 as well. We're starting up the D2 Championship within the next week or so, and that's going to be a very fun tournament here. Got a lot of fun coming our way with that there, and it's going to be a good showcase of a lot of the players who will be coming up next season in D1. And if there's anything based off this year's rookie class, next year's it's going to be potentially even better. So definitely could be a good look there to see what everyone's all about there. But other than that, that'll do it. Thank you to Royals for being our ref. And we have our players, Boko Commentator, Steve Acosta, and our referee Royals. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Congratulations to Andy for getting the 4-3 victory. But we will see you all for more coverage of the T-Box 32 here, with coverage beginning once again tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Joao and Yoshi Awesome. Two players who arguably are already locked into the Super League field. That'll be an on-stream match starting at 11 a.m. And then we got 7 p.m. Ard versus Goldie. That should be a good one. That could have some implications for Super League Ards, another one of those bubble players. And that's going to be another one I think Andy is going to be looking at very closely, because I think out of all these players, I think Ard is another one of those players Andy's looking to pass. But our next stream will be on Tuesday at 12:30 with KT for Tapir and Leah. But until then, I'm G-Man. We'll catch you all for that one on stream. But for the rest of the Albatross August T-Box 32, we'll see you all tomorrow. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all then. Until then, this has been Super Sunday, and have a great night, everyone, as we wrap up coverage for Albatross August for the week.